Okay, we're live. Welcome to Inforunners Drake Interplanetary Day at the International Expo. I'm just here with my child at the mall, and he won't get off the car and operated machinery. No. How you doing, Dyson? Oh, you're not Dyson. You're a size. Man, I am so tired. I am so sleep deprived. Sorry about
So man.
that. Yeah, I need to get more sleep. I'm not getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. Right, so here we are with the, what do we call them today? Dragonflies. I can't even remember the names of the ships, that's how tired I am. Yeah, so, obviously the coolest looking, expo we've seen. It's like they actually put some money into their displays, unlike the rest of them.
Yeah,
So,
I think this looks great, but you know what? There's not a lot of exciting stuff ship-wise down on the floor today. Unfortunately, I was
yeah.
expecting a Kraken model because they had that during the Citizen Con, but
Yeah,
unfortunately they didn't.
especially like how they did the Idris yesterday. It would have been really nice. But the Idris wasn't a. Well, we knew it was coming, but it was nice, wasn't it? Yeah. Greetings from the UK in chat. Yes, thank you. Must be late over there for you guys now because you're about roughly 12 hours opposite. So it must be what 10 or 11 at night for you guys. So yeah, thanks for staying up late. Right. Um, Today's probably going to be a little short and sweet. We've only got a couple of things to talk about, but we'll go through more. Do you want to start with the buck?
Yeah,
They always call this the thing that punches above its weight. I think that
I
really
think that
is.
this is the one ship that is an accurate description of, and
Yeah.
I think that as much as I'm not into getting fighters with cash outside of the game, I think that when the new flight model changes come
Yeah.
into effect 3.5 or whenever that happens, a ship like the Buccaneer is going to shine in the hands of a good pilot
I.
because it's not going to be as important that it's a Drake ship and it's like a glass cannon.
Hmm.
Because it's going to be hard to hit a good pilot, and
This
this
thing
thing packs a
is.
punch.
Yeah. You're taking the words right out of my mouth, man. It's
Punches
also.
above its weight class.
Yeah, it's hella's fun to fly too. I don't understand why really, but it really is just fun to fly. It's zippy, it's light, um, and in a really weird way, it kind of does sit with that Gladius and this new guy, the Arrow, in a weird way. Like it really is. It's a super light fighter, but it also to kind of balance it out. It's got bigger guns than both of them. I think my only disappointment at all with it is these non-gimbaled size ones, which they've
Yeah.
recently changed by the look of them. Look, they're scorpions now. Is that scorpion? They're
I
they're
don't
auto
know
they're
the
auto
guns
guns
by.
now. They used to be just like little size one lasers. So yeah, excuse my sniffles. Um, the Herald was the only Inforunner. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Till recently, and yeah, we obviously use it as our namesake here on the channel a fair bit. Um, I still think it's one of the best A to B ships in the game too. I originally picked one up just because it was just so fast in a straight line. Uh, I still think it will be very good at that too, actually. But I also think a unique profession makes it really kind of valuable. But I think it now sits in that similar position where we see other starter ships or advanced starter ships, where the medium one would be the better option. You know how we've said all professions end up having kind of like a small, medium, or large, or
Hmm.
more than. Um, yeah, so I think it's still got its place. I just think you're better off to buy big at the moment, with the way this game is structured, and this is one old learning game, 100%.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
I think that I agree with you in general, but there are a couple of things I can't recall exactly. There are a couple of features this has that the Star Runner doesn't. I think it has an e-war capability. So, like you said, it's
Yes.
worth picking up still, but probably not paying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a bang for your buck. There's a lot of ships, especially the small ones now, that you just don't get your bang for your buck. Um, you know, if you can only buy one ship, you know, then obviously your bang for your buck is as best as you can go. But one big ship will always be better than many little ones, as we
Yes.
keep repeating over and over here like a broken record, don't we? All
It's
right.
always somebody's first show, as
Yeah.
Disco Lando says.
Yeah. He actually does. He does say that a lot. Um, the other thing that surprised me though about today is, you notice how they removed the old models? They don't have the other cutlass or cutlass. I don't know how you say that. Cutlasses. Here today.
I'm really curious about what's taking so long on the Cutlass variant.
I think they know they've done a few things that have pissed people off. Because the Cutlass Blue and the Cutlass Red are in such a weird spot now after things like the Apollo and other bounty hunter
Right, they
type stuff.
nerfed the red, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so I think the rework for this, which is now a year old, which kind of blows most people away when I say that. Well, it blows me away when I say it anyway. It's so good. This is one of the best ships at the moment, especially from 3 point whatever gameplay perspective. You can do everything you need to do in the ship. It does a ground vehicle, it does cargo, you can get in with mates. It literally can do everything the Connie can kind of do in a smaller shell. So yeah, if you want to get the ship to play around with at the moment, this is it. And I think it's why they gave it away free to people playing the free flight this weekend, because it is the best ship. It's in the best spot for its size and all that. So, and the rumored Corsair, if they ever do bring that out, is just a bigger version of this. So, if you're a fan of Drake, I'd say this is the what do you call like the signature ship? That's what I'd call it. Like, you know, when some cook some meal, like their signature dish. This is their signature dish of their ships. I think it's in a great place. Excuse me, I need to blow my nose in a minute.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't have anything really to add. It's just, it really is the perfect ship for Star Citizen 3.x.
Now, just before the show, Osiris and myself were talking about this beast behind us, the Caterpillar. Now, I was on the very early this morning when all the stuff came out here in Australia. I was looking at the site and I've noticed that this is no longer called Versatile on the site. It is now listed under Transport, which makes me fear that the modules that we were promised for this are never coming. And John Crew, when he talked today on their little segment about Drake, he also stated never mentioned an iota of modules. He just said it's a cargo ship, which it's quite scary. I have a pirated edition of this one, and I'm a big fan of it, and I've been waiting for the modules, just sitting here patiently. But I seriously think they ain't coming.
They backed off of the modularity with so many other ships. They nerfed the buck system and turned everything into variants, and now you see apparently a change in the classification of the Caterpillar. And I don't know what that means for the future of this ship, but if this turns out to be just a cargo hauler, I think that this has got to be a pass. This is not, for the price, almost $300. It doesn't offer very much. You can get a hull series with vastly more cargo capacity for that much money.
You can also, what do you got? The C2 Hercules is not far off that. It's only an extra, $45.
Yeah.
My biggest concern with this one, and why I mentioned the Hercules, is you can't really fit any vehicles in this thing. Like, there's no ramp, so you can load them in from space, but you can't get, like, it's such a bad spot. If you just
could help themselves by reworking these doors in the front and the side bays. I just don't know, man. I want to see something from the modularity. We haven't seen anything about it or heard anything about it since that design image
Yeah,
that illustration years ago.
yeah. At least with the M2 or C2, you get a bit of versatility with the option to take cargo transports. You can't do that with this, and I I brought it for the modules, and the fact that they've just like how long have they shelved that now for? 2 years or more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think there's going to be a lot of people pissed off when they finally hear that this is just going to be cargo and nothing else. And I honestly don't even see how it sits with the pirate aesthetic anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can
I
say that,
finally today bought my pirate edition, and it's going to be getting melted as soon as the no modularity thing is going.
yeah. Uh, yeah. This scares me. I was thinking of getting the Endeavour. That's a $1,000 paperweight without modules working. Yeah.
Now, think about this too. I could be wrong about this, so
Yeah,
feel free to correct me in the chat. But I think that the constellation Taurus, if you look on the ship matrix, the SCM rating for its cargo capacity is based, I think, on the old metrics, and that's coming out in 3.5. That could potentially, for half the price, could be a competitor to this ship if we're just talking about a pure cargo cat now.
Dude, I think it is a competitor because it's $150, and you could get two of them for one of these. Almost like an extra $25. And the only thing that this has going for it at all, and it's why I've held on to it for so long, is the asymmetrical and the way you kind of sit at the back and fly is really cool. And it is definitely the best cargo ship in game at the moment. But as you said, there's so many cargo ships that haven't been done. So, really scary place for this thing right now. Yeah, and it's so I can't recommend it at all, really. And I just hope I'm wrong and they do the modules. I think, like someone mentioned, the Endeavour, that thing's built around modules as well, and really expensive modules. But like, if they get rid of all modules and that's the only modular ship,
but then again, that's another ship we haven't heard about for a long time.
Yeah.
If they're trying to slowly shove modularity down the memory hole.
But see, that's one they've sold modules for, where they haven't sold any modules for this, so I think they can do that. I think
but didn't they sell battlefield upgrade kits for the?
Yeah, they did, but I think what they'll do is they'll just turn those into weapon kits, and they'll just go, here, have a bunch of weapons.
I mean, I guess, but what's to stop them from doing that with the mods for the
oh, there's nothing, but they're a lot more expensive kits. They're like, excuse me, I think the cheapest one's $50 and the most expensive one's like $150 or something, where with the bucks, I think the most expensive one was $50.
CNC Metalworks says in the chat that he thinks that the mods will be like a revenue stream, like a what's that, like a loot package or something like that.
I can see that happening too. But if that means we're not going to see any mods for the Caterpillar, then get it in game.
Yeah,
you know, by the time you can get it in game, I think most people will just get it in game. It's little things like the Drake's, the pirate skin versus this Kovalek skin. I think a lot of people will get it in game.
Don't get me wrong. I think this is a really cool looking ship, but if it is true what we've been talking about, then it's just not worth the money.
It usually says Kovaleks on it, but they've had bugs for the last couple of releases. Like when the doors open, they're all the same color. So someone's come here and opened all the doors and just basically bugged it out. The only other really interesting thing about the ship is obviously you get a whole second ship in the command module, which is really interesting as well. So you've got that escapability, and I guess that is a Drake aesthetic thing, like a redundancy. But very few of the Drake ships actually have any form of escapability. Like most of them don't even have ejection sheets and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, unless anyone in chat's got questions, it's a very quick show today because there really was not a lot of surprises. I think we'll make up for it tomorrow, though, because obviously we'll probably talk a lot about the new alien ship that's obviously coming. Yeah, unless anyone's got any questions. Unless you
I'm
got
a little
anything you want to add.
disappointed you didn't get a close-up look of the Kraken hull. They at least
Yeah.
had the exterior for CitizenCon, you know.
Even if they
Oh
just
well.
like, remember in CitizenCon you could see it from the window.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice if they just maybe put it back outside, just for that, so you could see it from the window. But no, alas, no. All right. Oh, that's interesting too. Did you notice what Black Dream said in chat? Vanguard kits aren't being sold. This
No
does as
longer
a sale.
sold.
Yeah, that says a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they just
that's
kind of, it's one of those things that you just don't want to talk about it and they just want to kind of make it disappear like the
yeah. It's why they haven't talked about modules for this either. That's scary. That is an important thing. Scrooby Doo says in chat. They did mention too on their little video today that if you do Pirate Swarm today and get past all the waves, you will be given the skin for the pirate caterpillar. Unfortunately, as Osiris just said, it's in a really bad place right now, and he's even selling his off. So, and I'm in the same boat. I'm going to be getting rid of mine, and I've had mine for a couple of years. It's just, yeah, it's just sad. And if they ever fix it, I'll buy it back. But I reckon at that point I won't be able to get the Pirate Edition skin. But I think that'll be freely available in game anyway.
Yeah.
It's sad to, like, this has had a lot of controversy, this ship. Remember when it was first released, these parking sensors, everyone thought they were guns, like these massive guns, and they're like, what did you do to the guns? You know, so, yeah, they've...
And that's the thing, too. This isn't even that impressively armed, is it?
Yeah.
For a Drake ship where all the Drake ships have a lot of guns.
I tell you what I do actually recommend. If anyone that's not flying this ship, definitely fly it today. It is one of the most unique flying experiences in the entire game. Sitting right at the back of this horrendously long... it's not horrendously long, but this long ship, and off to one side, makes it really interesting. And Agrid talks about it all the time. Like, he absolutely hates flying this thing because it is just so different from everything else. Like, 90% of the ships in the game are right up the front and they're centered. This is right at the back and off to the left. It's just really strange to fly. But it's because it's so strange, I enjoy it. So, highly recommend you actually give this a fly today if you've never done so. Alright, I'm going to go take some cold medicine. I think... what are you about to do, Osiris? Bed, I assume?
No, it's about dinner time here. I'm going to make some food.
Alright. We'll call it there for today, guys. Obviously, big one tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you then. So, we'll catch you guys around.
New concept ship.
Yes, looking forward to it. Alright. Catch you later, gents. Bye.
See ya.